Responsible tourism is an emerging market on the world tourism map. Successfully embracing the new venture, Kerala has become the frontrunner in implementing this new order in world tourism. Responsible tourism has helped in bringing the local communities in the state to the mainstream, and it has also resulted in expanding the scope of tourism from cities to villages. It has also made possible for the tourists coming to Kerala to get first-hand knowledge of the lifestyle and cultural legacy of local communities. Our tourism industry, which is valued at 40,000 crore rupees, is also considering responsible tourism as a means to give back to the society. Our tourism industry has got several laurels through responsible tourism. Through responsible tourism, a sustainable development of tourism in villages and rural areas was made possible. Kerala government is trying to improve the living standards in villages through the development ushered in by responsible tourism. Responsible tourism in Kerala is surging ahead by rising to the standards of world tourism. As a step in that direction, the classification concept was introduced in responsible tourism. The state started RT classification first in the accommodation sector by implementing it in homestays, Ayurveda centers and houseboats. Responsible tourism has now decided to take it further. For the first time in the world, RT classification is being implemented in hotels and resorts in Kerala. This RT classification in hotels and resorts in Kerala will be implemented by accommodating the changes and in accordance with the system and practices in the state. The classification will ensure that these institutions meet the set standards and rules. Through the classification, the hotels and resorts can market themselves that they are carrying out tourism activities responsibly. The RT classification rules for hotels and resorts are divided into 4 categories. Sustainable management with effective planning is the first category in it. This category will check whether the hotels and resorts have an effective sustainable management plan. Tourists can know whether the hotels and resorts are following the existing rule and guidelines. By adhering to the classification standards, hotels and resorts can declare that they have a team that is properly trained to handle tourism activities. The second category deals with the social and cultural responsibility of hotels and resorts. Through this, the hotels and resorts can assert that they are trying for the full upliftment of local communities. By following the classification mandate, they can also vouch that they are following the standards set at local level. They can also maintain that they are giving importance to women empowerment through this classification. The next category for hotels and resorts is regarding the cultural legacy. In local arts, culture, handicrafts, food habits and hospitality, the hotels and resorts can tell tourists that they follow the stipulated rules and adhere to cultural responsibility. The financial responsibility of hotels and resorts is the next category in RT classification. Encouraging small-scale entrepreneurs, generating employment at regional level, and buying local products are among the 5 things that are part of the financial responsibility. The responsibility of hotels and resorts towards nature is the last category in the RT classification. The establishments declare that they embrace the specialities of the environment in the neighborhood and preserve them earnestly. In this category, hotel owners can tell tourists that the conservation of energy and water, removal of waste, and reduction of greenhouse gas emission were successfully implemented. Hotels and resorts will be graded based on how they implement the classification rules. RT Silver, RT Gold, RT Diamond, and RT Green are the 4 classifications. RT Green certification will be given only if the environmental responsibility gets a point above 80%. There will be a total of 1000 points. The points won by each institution will be taken into account before the categorization under RT classification is initiated. Institutions can flaunt these certificates during tourism months. The advertising opportunities for hotels and resorts through Kerala Tourism's official website and social media platforms will also increase after this. Responsible Tourism Mission through this RT classification is aiming at enhancing the travel experience of the tourists.